So I was finally able to get some games from a different console out of the vault for you guys. We're going to do some Genesis games, starting with Double Dragon 3, the arcade game. Releasing in 1993 on the Genesis, this game is also known as Double Dragon 3, the Rosetta Stone. An interesting fact about this game was that it had one of the earliest forms of microtransactions, allowing you to use additional credits to purchase things like additional moves and characters. Yay, microtransactions. I felt the opponents in this one were pretty dang cheap. Check it out. Blockbuster Video. Man, those were the days. Now wait. I know what you're saying. You're saying this guy rented this game for Blockbuster and never returned it. No wonder they went out of business. No. I bought it when they went out of business. You know, they had to sell off all the merchandise, and that's when I picked it up. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Next up, we have Six Pack. Also known as Sega Six Pack or Mega Drive Six Pack. This game released in 1995. This compilation features some of the Sega's most successful games from the first year of the console. The 6 games are Golden Axe, Sonic the Hedgehog, Streets of Rage, Super Hang-On, Columns, and Revenge of Shinobi. This game released near the end of the console's lifespan and featured a 67-page manual. Next up, we have Vectorman 2. Releasing in 1996, this game is a 2D action platformer developed by Blue Sky Software. I wonder what would happen if Blue Sky and Bloody Sky ever met. Anyways, the game has the player controlling Vectorman, running, jumping, and attacking enemies throughout levels. The game consists of 22 levels, which is more than the original game's 16 levels. However, the levels in this game were generally shorter than the ones in the original game. Vectorman can shoot enemies and also morph into different forms, such as a scorpion. This game also featured an adjustable difficulty. Don't judge me. And if you're wondering, yes, all this gameplay captured is yours truly actually playing it. If you'd like to see me play more games, then check out my Twitch channel, and hopefully you can catch a live stream. Now we have some games in their original cases, or CIB as collectors like to call it. Listen to me, sounding all official and shit. Starting with Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Releasing in 1992, this game has you controlling Sonic as he attempts to stop Dr. Robotnik from stealing the Chaos Emeralds. This game also introduces Sonic's sidekick Tails and features faster gameplay, larger levels, a multiplayer mode, and special stages featuring pre-rendered 3D graphics. Believe it or not, this game was actually one of the first games to set an actual release date. Sega used air shipping to ensure that copies were available in all major stores on Tuesday, November 24th, 1992, which was marketed as Sonic Tuesday. I see what they did there. This practice was uncommon before Sonic 2's release, but it became a widespread industry trend in the following years. If you wonder why it says not for resale, says it on the game cartridge here too. It's because Sonic 2 came with the later versions of the Genesis, the Generation 2 version of the console, and they just didn't want retailers selling the game individually, you know, taking it out of the console and selling it individually. No one cares now. Like, I'll sell it to my good friend here, and nothing will happen. Next up, we have NFL Sports Talk Football 93. Released in 1992, this is an American football game featuring Joe Montana. It's actually the third game in the series, but it's the first one to be officially licensed by the NFL.
NFL Sports Talk Football.
Thanks to being officially licensed, it allowed the game to use real NFL team names and the trademark phrase Super Bowl, where in the previous games, teams only represented cities and played for the Sega Bowl. This game also features stuff like 50 possible plays, 4 different views of the field, and fair, rainy, or snowy weather.
Gets away a beauty. And gets it at the 1. Across the 10, he hit as he gets to the 12. A 62-yard kick. A gain of 13 on the return.
Next up, we have Cool Spot. Releasing in 1993, This is a platform game where you play as the mascot for 7-Up Soda. This video game came at a time where other brand mascots were appearing in their own video games, such as Chester Cheetah and the Noid. In each level, you must rescue other cool spots from their cages. Your health is monitored by a spot sticker that gradually peels off as damage occurs. There is also a time limit for each level. The game has no save feature but does have checkpoints. The European release of this game basically took away all references to 7-Up Soda because a cartoon character named Fido Dido is considered the brand's mascot in international areas where PepsiCo owns the right to 7-Up. My doctor said I should start drinking more clear fluids, so I've been drinking 7-Up. This was only a stupid joke and not an advertisement for 7-Up. No legitimate company in their right mind would ever pay this moron to do or say anything. Ugh. Where am I? Next up, we have PGA Tour Golf III. Released in 1994, this game was developed by an American studio, Hitman Productions, and published by EA Sports. EA Sports. It's in the game. This game features a 54-player roster, plus 10 PGA Tour pros and 8 courses. I got some bonuses for you this video. Bonus cat behind me. And we got a 32X game. More on that in a minute. But this is Golf Magazine Presents 36 Holes starring Fred Couples. Say that 10 times fast. Releasing in 1995, players are given a variety of options for play, including selection of clubs, clothing their golfing character wears, and in which order the holes are played. It also features 7 game modes. I really don't have much else to say about this game. Let me read some things off the back. 3 types of club shafts, 3 types of heads for your woods. Okay, that's enough of that.
Wait, are we still doing phrasing?
But more about the 32X. It released in 1994 and is also known as the Super 32X or the Mega Drive 32X. It was designed to expand the power of the Genesis and served as a transitional console into the 32-bit era until the release of Sega Saturn. So I guess you can kind of think of it as going from the PS4 to the PS4 Pro. Although unlike the PS4 Pro, the 32X used its own ROM cartridges and it had its own library of games. The 32X ended up with only a library of only 40 games, most of which were Genesis ports.
Great birdie.
Which some of them required the Sega CD to play. Speaking of Sega CD, I got a Sega CD game here, which also talks about, as you see, 332X. This one called Surgical Strike. You open it up, take out the booklet here, very back. See, you can mail in for free 32X. You can, wonder if I mailed it in with $3.75 if they would give me one. No, you need the original receipt, and I do not have the original receipt. That'd be hilarious, though. You'd probably be like, what the f? But anyways, Surgical Strike released in 1995 and is a full-motion game developed by the Code Monkeys and published by Sega. An enhanced 32X CD version of the game was published by Tectoy in Brazil in 1995. I don't know what it says right there. Janet? Maybe? We probably bought this from a pawn shop. Or maybe we stole it from Janet, I don't know. And I have one more Sega CD game to show you, Tomcat Alley. Releasing in 1994, it is an interactive movie FMV game developed by the Code Monkeys. It was the first Sega CD game to feature an extensive full-screen, full-motion video. An enhanced 32X version was also in development, but never released. You play as a United States naval pilot who has to bring peace to the world after the former Soviet Union sold off some of its military equipment to an unfriendly government. As mentioned, the game takes place in a full-screen, full-motion video, first-person perspective, and the player has to move quickly to launch missiles at enemy aircraft. Funny enough for you, the back and the side, the rest of this case is Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. I don't even have Mighty Morphin Power Rangers on the Sega CD. So, I don't know if like the store we bought it from got mixed up or if Janet again got mixed up. Fucking Janet. Well, that does it for the first ever Genesis volume. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, be sure to like and subscribe because I should have more videos coming out every week. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you're wondering why it says not for resale, it even says it. If I can open the box. Well,